Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back at the Reverb Outpost. In today's episode, we're going to get started by taking it a little bit easy. We've been going pretty consistent with building for the last several episodes and working on big projects and stuff like that. And we're doing something a little bit different today. From time to time, I like to go on a bit of an adventure, and it's been quite a while since we've gone on our last adventure. And today we are going to go back into the Nether, and what I'm doing right now is just gathering up some supplies. I've gone mining recently, and I'm actually going to put some of these away, but I've got 3 bows here that I'm going to try to enchant to get another bow back, because the last time that we were in the Nether, it didn't end so well for us. And we've only been in the Nether like 4 or 5 times, and every time that I've been in there, I've gone in pretty much unprepared. And I really want to have an infinity bow the next time I go into the Nether. So before we go in today, we're going to enchant up our bows and see what we can get. My goal for today's episode on our adventure is to hopefully find a Nether Fortress. And I'm going to go as far as to say that we are not going to leave the Nether until we find one. I've done quite a bit of exploring, not like very extensive as far as going in one direction, but I've explored most every direction, if you call it north, east, south, west, from the Nether portal. Once you get into the Nether, I've explored pretty much every direction, except for 1, maybe 2. But I've explored the Nether quite a bit around the Nether portal, and I still haven't found one yet. So we're gonna go like the last direction that we haven't gone yet, and hope we can go find something. And I'm not sure how many Nether fortresses are supposed to be in the Nether. I think it's an infinite space, just like the overworld, because the overworld is an infinite world. So I imagine there's multiple relatively close, so hopefully we can find one of the fortresses that is close by. And we'll probably try to find several over the course of this series, but my goal is to find another fortress so we can start getting blazes and maybe eventually build a blaze farm, and so that we can get some wither skeleton skulls, because we want to get some wither action going, so we can get another star to get a beacon and all of that good stuff. And it'd be nice to get some potions so we can get thinking about going to the end. Really missing those shulker boxes and really want to get use out of that elytra this season. Okay guys, I'm back. We did a little bit of a session at the zombie farm, and it's time to enchant our first bow. Let's take a look and see what we get. That's awesome. Infinity, power, and punch on the first try. Happy about that. All right, I'm going to head back over and we'll keep going. All of our bows are now enchanted, and we have one that's just infinity, so we're not going to use that. We'll keep it as a backup. But there's the first bow that we got that you've seen already, and the second one has flame 1 and punch 2 on it. So we're going to combine both of those together, and this one will be called Blues. Does anybody know why the apostrophe does that? I don't like that it changes the text when you try to put an apostrophe. Well, I guess we'll just call it Blue Bow. That'll be fine for now. And there we go. Flame 1, Power 4, Infinity, and Punch 2 all on that bow. That's going to be great for taking into the Nether. So I'm going to go ahead and do some smelting and finish off putting away these resources that we gathered in between episodes, and then we will get to going with our adventure into the Nether. Something I wanted to mention while we are putting this stuff away is the Minecon Earth live stream that happened over a week ago at this point. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it because I haven't done an episode since it was recorded. I believe the last episode of Reverb Outpost that I did was before that aired, and then we did Blueprints on Thursday. So if you haven't seen either of those episodes, go check them out. But we're going to be talking about Minecon Earth here in just a few minutes, and just kind of my thoughts on it, and just some of the upcoming updates and content, and we will get to those here in just a few minutes when we get started on our adventure, because we're going to be walking a little ways, so we're going to have something to talk about together. Why use this when you have a single furnace that takes infinitely longer to smelt items? I think I'm just going to tear this down. Yep, we don't need this. I can't believe I forgot that we had an auto smelter and just used that single furnace. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. All right, time for the subscriber of the day. Master TMO has been here since the very beginning of the channel and is commenting on every single video, so thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate your support and sticking with the channel. Welcome to the barracks. Before we head into the Nether, comment question of the day: what do you think of the update Aquatic from Michael Ezinga? Thanks for your question, thanks for being active and for asking lots of questions in the comment section. So let me go ahead and talk about this. This will kind of springboard the rest of our conversation for the rest of the time about Minecon Earth, but specifically right now to answer your question about the update Aquatic is what I believe it is called. I'm really excited. Let's check around real quick to make sure there are no ghasts nearby, but we've got a bow now, so we should be able to take care of them relatively easily. And we've got all the supplies we need to get us started on our adventure in the Nether. But the update Aquatic, I'm very excited about this update. I didn't get to watch, unfortunately, Minecon Earth live because I was working, and it was one of the busiest weekends of the year for my particular job. So I watched it after the fact, later that night after it aired, and I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with the content that's coming in the Aquatic update. There's dolphins, there are shipwrecks, there are coral and fish and like air bubbles that fly up from the ocean floor, and it's just going to bring a whole new level of life to the ocean biomes, because quite honestly right now they're a little bit boring. The only thing to go really searching for is the ocean monuments, which those are fun when you find them, but they're not really difficult enough, in my opinion, to be considered a boss. I think they technically are considered a boss, I think at least in the Bedrock edition. I'm not sure about Java. Ooh, we've already gone that way. We may want to find a different way to go. Okay, so the ocean monuments, they're not that difficult to conquer. So I wouldn't consider that like challenging or a boss or anything like that. So I think this Aquatic update is going to bring a whole new level of life to the ocean biomes, and it's going to make that exploration a little bit more interesting and a little bit more fun. And I'd like to know, what do you guys think? What do you think about the new update coming out? It's going to be 2018 before it's out, so it's not going to be out anytime in the next month and a half. But what do you guys think about it? Are you excited? What is the feature that you're most excited about for the Aquatic update? And would you like to see me showcase some of that kind of stuff on the channel, either in one of my Let's Play series or just in like a creative, one-off video, just so you guys can see what's in the ocean biomes? I know a lot of other YouTubers do like the news updates and the game update videos. Whenever a new update is released, they put out a video that says, hey, here's all the new features. I never really do anything like that. Not really very often. I usually just talk about it here. But if you want to see something like that on my channel, let me know. I'm open to new ideas. Like I said earlier, I started a new series this past week called Blueprints. It's going to be my tutorial series that does anything from redstone to creative like builds like houses or abstract builds or base idea starter kind of stuff. Anything that I can think of as far as a tutorial, that's what that series is going to be used for. So, would you guys be interested in seeing another series, like one-off kind of videos that are like updates for game updates that come out, feature updates, things like that, just showcasing those so you guys can see, just in case there's just anything that you missed when you checked out the game update yourself. Unfortunately, I don't have a device that is capable of doing betas, so I won't be able to release that stuff before the official release, so you won't be able to see previews from this channel. I know a lot of other channels that have Android devices that do the whole beta thing and are able to do those kind of videos for you. So if you need to know what those channels are, I can point you in the right direction. But let me know what you guys think about that. So anyway, huge rabbit trail. Yes, I'm very excited about the update Aquatic, and I'm looking forward to all the new features. I think it's going to bring a whole new level of fun to the game. Thanks for that question. I appreciate you asking it. And just to continue our conversation about Minecon Earth, I kind of want to know what you guys think about the live stream itself. I've got a little bit of mixed feelings about the whole thing. Some of it I really enjoyed, some of it was just kind of it felt gimmicky to me, and I don't know what I should have expected because I've never actually been to a Minecon convention before. I've only ever seen clips of like some of the panels and the feature updates and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that I'm interested in. I'm not super interested into the showy aspect of it. I'm more interested in what's coming for the game. So I'm sure there were a lot of people that really enjoyed some of the acting and comedy and that kind of stuff. But I really enjoyed watching the feature updates, and I really enjoyed watching the YouTubers, including our own Daphne Elaine, who's on the Unity SMP. She was featured on there playing a little bit of like a build battle kind of game, which was fun to watch. So I enjoyed parts of it like that, and then some of it I was just like, I could take it or leave it. I didn't really know what to expect because I've never been to a Minecraft convention before. I would have liked to have been able to compare what Minecons in the past have been like to what this one was like. So let me know if any of you have gone to a Minecraft convention before. What's the differences? What have you seen that you liked about Minecon Earth, and what have you seen about Minecon Earth that was like, hey, that's not really what Minecon was like in the past, and I feel like they should bring this back in the future if they do this again. I'm not sure if they're going to continue to do Minecon Earth, if that's going to be a yearly thing, or if that was like we're going to try this to see how it goes and reevaluate later. And if we need to do an actual convention again, then maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure what their plans are. I have no idea. But if I had any say in it, which I absolutely don't, but I don't know, I kind of feel like doing an actual convention would be a little bit more fun for people that would want to go to that. Not everybody can go, which I get that, but that's the nature of something like that. Well, would you take a look at that? We have found a Nether Fortress, and we're going to try to find our way over there. We're going to have to get past this lake of lava. It's going to be a little bit dangerous, but we're going to do it. So something I wanted to mention right now while we're figuring out a way to get over there. You may have noticed in this video today that the clips have been jumping around quite a bit, and I've gone back and rewatched some of this, and it's left out quite a bit of content that I have thought that I had recorded, but it just seems to be like making random jump cuts in the footage. So I'm going to have to do some tweaking and lining up of the voiceover after the fact and figure out why this is doing this for future episode. This is not acceptable. I got a new device that is capable of recording 1080p HD, as opposed to the past where I've been doing 720p HD, so it's a little bit higher quality. But I don't know if my computer's able to handle that, so I'm going to have to do some tweaking in a future episode to try to figure out how to get this not to jump around like this, because this is not what I would consider acceptable quality video for you guys. I want it to be the best quality possible, so we're going to figure this out. We're going to make it work. I'm going to figure out some workarounds for why this is doing this, and hopefully we'll be able to get through this episode without too many more massive jump cuts. Well, this could prove useful in the future. We have found a blaze spawner. We're gonna have to make a blaze farm out of this at some point. We have marked the location of the coordinates so we can find our way back here. Yeah, that's gonna happen in the future. Blaze farm, count on that. Look at all of that horse armor and all of those saddles. We have made bank in today's episode. We got diamond armor, we got gold armor, iron armor, and a bunch of saddles. We're going to be pretty well set on horse supplies for quite a while. We just need to find some horses now and build a barn former or something. It's not going to be anything like last season, but we're going to do something cool with horses at some point. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am completely out of time for today's episode. I just want to apologize really quick for the quality of video. I'm not really sure what happened. I got a new device, and I'm not sure why my computer is not handling the recording process very well. So we went ahead and threw in like some time-lapse music in there just to watch some of the footage of what I did on our adventure. I didn't want to leave it all out, but the voiceover stuff was not going to fly with the clips and being mismatched, and it just wasn't going to be good. So I apologize for that. I'm going to figure out a solution to this for a future episode. Kind of stinks that it happened on our adventure because there's a lot of stuff we could have talked about that we missed out on because our video was not up to par with what normally comes out on this channel. So I apologize for that. I'm going to figure that out as soon as I possibly can. But let me know what you thought about this episode anyway, about our conversation about Minecon Earth and about the update aquatic and all of that good stuff. And here sometime in the near future, we're going to go wither skeleton hunting in this fortress and try to find some skeleton skulls so we can get the wither and all of the things that come along with that. If you really enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment to let me know what you liked about it, and be sure to check out my Patreon. I've got a lot of really cool rewards over there that you guys might be interested in, and I would really appreciate your consideration for support. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.